Hello, and oh my gosh, am I so excited to be right here with you, giving you some of the best top tips in order to help you connect with your mediumship. Mediumship, what is it? Mediumship is the ability of mediating communication between spirit and the living. And mediumship can be done through connection of the six clear senses. Now, guys, mediumship, it's really important to bear in mind that everybody does mediumship differently and we all have our own strengths and weaknesses. Now, mediumship is based on what is the most natural to you and what comes easiest to you, what makes sense and what makes you feel good. And the key to unlocking your very own gifts is understanding and knowing how to use but also strengthen the third eye. Now, the third eye is a pea-sized gland known as the pineal gland, and it's located between the eyes on the forehead right here. And what this does is this provides perception beyond eyesight. It takes us to that higher conscious and helps us feel and sense and hear and see everything that we can't get from our typical senses. And when you have this ability, this is when you are usually referred to as a medium. Now, what is really sort of misconstrued by some people is that they seem to think that in order to have these gifts, you have to have got it from somewhere in the family, like it runs through the family, or not everybody has it. But what I'm here to tell you is that talking to the other side is something that everybody can do. The only thing stopping most people are the beliefs that it's a gift that others have and that they can't do it, or they're afraid to do it. And these feelings stem from personal beliefs that took root in childhood. So yeah, it's a gift. It's absolutely a gift. And I can tell you hand on heart that it's the most incredible gift. And the amount of healing that it brings to the world is out of this world. It's a gift given to every single person on this planet. And often our earthly beliefs about what's right and wrong or what's possible or not possible do hold us back. But why would some people be able to do this and others not? There's no chosen people. It takes the desire, the practice, the belief, the focus, the commitment, which we can all do if we're shown how. Now, we are meant to stay connected to our loved ones even after they die. And you hear all the time of people having dreams or occurrences that make them know that their loved ones have sent a message from the other side. Many people believe that they're receiving signs, but they don't believe that they can go any further in that communication. But by learning to ask that next question, develop the skills that we already have inside of us, and trust what we're getting, all people everywhere can connect with spirit. And this is why you often hear of children from a really young age having these experiences where they see spirit, where they communicate with them. And I was no different. So when I was a child, was when I first began connecting with spirit. And you hear this because children are so pure. Children have not been tainted. Their belief systems haven't been created at this point. So they are very, very open to what their third eye is showing to them. And I was around the age of 7 years old when I first saw a loved one who had just crossed over. And I couldn't understand why people were so sad, because I could see him clear as day, but nobody else could. And that is when I knew, when I shared my story and the messages that he had passed forward to me, that is when I knew that, okay, so not everybody recognizes this kind of gift. But we all have it. Whether you feel that you had it once upon a time and it's kind of disappeared, or whether you feel like you have something there, but you don't quite know how to move forward with that connection, you still have it. our third eye is like a muscle that we can strengthen up, and it holds muscle memory just like any other muscle. You know, if you worked out at the gym for years on end and had the, you know, all of this big muscle, and then you just stopped going for 6 months because of an injury, as soon as you get back to it, your muscle memory kicks in and your body remembers what it could do, the abilities that it held, the potential that it had. So it's just the same with our third eye. So I want to give you some steps to helping you open up and connect with spirit for yourself. So this is the what I'm going to share with you. There are 3 steps to opening up. The first one is grounding. Now, grounding and rooting yourself to the physical earth before connecting with spirit is essential. It keeps you rooted in yourself, your values, your ethics, no matter who or what you connect to in spirit. So get grounded. Why do you need to be grounded? When you're not in your body, it becomes harder to focus in and tune in and connect with spirit. And that's not because spirit's not around. It's because we're not grounded enough to connect with them. Spirit's always there, and it's for us to tune into them. They are always around us. And the way I decide to ground is different to what you will hear about some mediums. So some light workers out there will tell you that you have to go outside barefoot on the grass and connect with Mother Nature for 20 minutes, and then you can automatically open up to spirit. Now, don't get me wrong. That form of grounding is absolutely incredible for your health and for your well-being. However, some of the best ways I prefer to ground and the best times that I choose to connect with my loved ones in spirit is like this. Number 1, I might decide to run myself a gorgeous bath. I will add all of my natural salts and my oils, my rose petals, everything that helps me connect to the earth that way, everything that's natural I want in my bath. I find water to be a really grounding place to be nearby because I feel like it instantly makes me feel relaxed. It instantly makes me feel at ease. How many of you feel that when you go to a beach and you dip your feet in the sea, or just hearing the sound of the waves really, really helps you to relax and settle in? That is grounding. That will instantly take you to a place in that present moment and help you to feel very, very relaxed. Sometimes in that bath, I might have a packet of crisps and a glass of wine because I am feeling so relaxed. And that is what that does for me. So that is one of my first top tips. Grounding is whatever you feel grounding to be. If going outside barefoot isn't for you, don't do it. The second way of grounding that I really love is to be out in nature, but in the woods. A walk in the woods for me just sets me up. So, for example, when I have a big show coming up, it's really, really imperative that a few days before or the day before or of the show, I get out into nature because it instantly makes me feel in the present moment and very connected. It helps me to feel relaxed enough to really listen out for the messages from spirit. So that is something that I would recommend doing. So let's say you are in the bath, right? You're already wanting to connect to spirit. The next thing I would do is make sure that the time that I choose to want to connect with spirit, I haven't been through a load of stress. Now, clearing out any non-essential emotions or thoughts prior to connecting with spirit is key to clear communication, because if you go into connecting with spirit when you're feeling highly stressed in your body and in your mind, you're going to struggle to really receive the messaging loud and clear. So what I like to do is make sure that I pick a time when I'm not feeling overly stressed and feeling nice and relaxed, which is why a bath is such a good idea for me. Then I will take 3 deep breaths and imagine that any of the like blockages or stagnant energies, negative energies that are in there are being breathed out with my breaths. And then I surround myself in a pure golden light, which I like to call my bubble of protection. This is when I know that my connection now to spirit is going to be okay. I feel safe. I feel comfortable. And then the last step I do is set an intention. So the final step of setting a goal for the outcome of your connection for spirit is called an intention. And some like to say a prayer. I don't, I'm not religious. I prefer to say an intention. And I might say something like, Dear Spirit, I ask that I am now protected. I am very open to my communication with you. Please keep me surrounded in my pure golden light, my bubble of protection. I am now open to your communication. I raise my veil to the spirit world. Thank you. And I might imagine, as I am saying this intention, that I am raising a veil from over my eyes so that I can now see everything that my eyes couldn't see before. And you want to create your own intention, and this is your opening intention. This is how you will begin your connection with spirit. And then what I want you to do is, once you have done that and you are there and you are nice and relaxed and comfortable, I want you to picture the person that you want to connect with in spirit. I want you to close your eyes and see them in your mind's eye, and I want you to see them stood in a field with a bench right next to them. And I want you to imagine that you are walking towards them, and as you are walking towards them, they sit down on this bench and they pat the bench to let you know they want you to come and sit with you. And in that moment, I want you to walk all the way to the bench and sit down next to your loved one in spirit. And once you are there, I want you to talk to them, ask them any questions that you have on your mind, and allow them to answer you. Now, you might not get the answers that you wanted, but that is usually when you know that you are truly connecting with spirit. Allow yourself to have that time with them. Maybe you can even ask them to give you something, something that lets you know in a few days' time, wow, I really was connecting with them. You might say to them, okay, well, if this is real and I am really communicating with you now from spirit, show me a butterfly in the next few days. Or give me a piece of information, something that's going to happen that I can look out for. They might show you there's going to be car trouble. They might show you a diamond ring. They might show you a baby. They might show you something. They might even show you someone that you know, or give you somebody's name or a date or something. Take all of the information, and when you decide to leave that bench and walk back to where you began and open your eyes, write it all down. Write everything down that they said to you and wait for it to happen. Always, when you close your communication with spirit, you want to close down. So I always say thank you and show gratitude for their connection with me and their time that they have given me. And I also thank my spirit guides for helping that to happen. I pull the veil back down over my eyes, and I close off that way. I want you to do the exact same. And I want you to take in every single thing that you have between you and spirit. And I want you to remember that you can do this time and time again. Anytime you wish, you can go back to this place and have that time with them. I would absolutely love to hear how you get on with this. So if you aren't already in the Spiritual Mother Hustlers community over on Facebook, please join us and reach out and let us know how you get on with this. And if you seek any further guidance with your spiritual development, drop me a message, because I have so many different ways that I can help you. I cannot wait to hear how you get on connecting with your loved ones in spirit for yourself. I hope that you enjoy this recording, and I look forward to hearing how you get on.